Hey everybody, I'm Victor Brooks and welcome to this episode of the Indie Fam series at Broadsides. I'm going to say that again because I want you to hear that again. The Indie Fam series at Broadsides, downtown Wake Forest, North Carolina on White Street. You know, I was introduced to this venue and even that seems more of I need a warmer word than venue, because when I talk about Broadsides, my sister, Julie McKnight, came just off the cuff one evening, and it was full of artistry. When she walked in the door, these are her words of explanation. When she walked into Broadsides, there was a feeling that felt and connected with her artistry on a soulful level. Some would say a spiritual level. Whatever that connection was, the decor, the ambiance, the music, the bartenders here in Wake Forest gave her an instant connection of what she felt as an artist. She called me the next day and said, Vic, you got to come. I found a place that fed my soul. I know what you're doing. Your passion for independent artistry and artistry itself, you got to come check it out. I said, let's go. We worked out a day, worked out a time. I walked in the same door that Julie walked into previously, and I felt the same thing. When you walk into Broadsides, it's inevitable as an artist that you're going to feel a home vibe. You're going to feel welcomed. You're going to feel that your artistry is something that you must continue to do, whether you're performing, whether you're writing, whether you're dancing, because the owners, the creators, the visionaries, Bryan and Joni, have that from their soul. And I'm so honored to be able to sit here today with Bryan and Joni from Broadsides, the creators, the ones, the innovators. Thank you for your time today, y'all. Thank you.
Our pleasure.
Thank you. You know, you heard, and everything that I just gave was from the heart, and it's from the heart of an artist. I'm an artist, and the word around from other artists that have been here to your creation here at Broadsides feel the same exact way. Why do we as artists feel what we feel when we walk in this door?
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much. I think it's a sense of what we wanted to bring to life was a sense of community and an experience. We really didn't know how it would shape out. Little pieces. We put little pieces together. Mm-hmm. Little pieces of things we knew, things that we know we loved from other areas, other venues that we've been to, mm-hmm. our own home, our personal experiences, our lives, you know? And you pull all of that together, and we built this thinking that it was comfortable and it was welcoming. Now, our kids are artists, and we have always had music and art in the home and in the... So this is an extension of a home. Mm-hmm. We call ourselves Wake Forest Living Room because we feel like we want it to be like you're sitting in our living room or your living room or anyone's living room, to be that comfortable.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I have to say, hearing your words and Julie's words about walking in here for the first time, that's the one thing Bryan and I don't ever have the experience of, because we walked in, it looked very different.
Okay.
And we had a vision, and we worked hard to bring that vision to life. But knowing that you walk in and you feel what we felt as we built the space, what we put into the space is unbelievable, because we can't experience that.
Definitely. So in other words, see, that's the fantastic part. You all walked in with a dream and a shell. Mm-hmm. Take us to that point. When you walked into this shell with just your dream, what was it like putting this together? What was it like growing together?
Oh, it was scary.
Yeah.
I mean, it was I'll say overwhelming to a degree, right? But as we looked at different places, And as we walked into this space, it felt right. It felt right because of the history, because of the history that we were able to discover, and the history that we were able to create.
Come on.
And I think that the connection of that is awesome.
Yes.
And we always wanted that warm, welcoming feel. So hear you say that when you walked in the door is just, I mean, makes me emotional. You know, and I'll have to say the decorating and the design and this one right here has got an eye. She's got an eye for it. She's got an eye for. I did have some inputs in of my own right, but I put a lot of the credit to the feel, the real feel, the genuine feel she had in her head and she had in her vision. You know, it was, I know I want to have a red curtain, flanking the piano. It brings a theater, brings a warm, welcoming, inviting on-stage feel. That's, you know, you just that's from her primarily.
Come on, yo.
Oh yeah.
Come
yeah,
on. See,
yeah.
that's
I can't take that away from that.
I got you. But you can already hear and see and feel that I got this, you got that. You know, you can't have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with just peanut butter. So we're going to do that.
Right.
You all know that work. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's like, but see, that takes me to what Bryan just said about you. When you came in and you had a theater feel. Let's talk about your growing up, New York, young girl, theater, that whole thing. Take me back to the Barnum on Broadway experience of your life at that age.
So, Barnum in particular was special to me because of one song called The Colors of My Life. And in the story, P.T. Barnum, who's a very colorful character, is singing to his wife, who is kind of more the nurturing kind. And they're singing about the colors of their lives. And he says his are bountiful and bold, the, you know, purple glow of indigo, the gleam of green and gold. And hers are the colors of the earth. And that song always resonated with me because, I mean, there's a term, and I blank on it, but some people see colors when they hear music.
That's it.
And it's that song felt like music to me, not so much because of the music itself, but because of the lyrics, because it takes light and color and visual art and mixes it with the medium of music and visualization, and all of that was important to me. I became a single mother at a very young age, and at 22, and The Colors of My Life was the song that I sang to my son when he was an infant, and it's one of those things that each of my kids had their own Broadway tune that I sang to them.
Go ahead.
But I got bitten by the bug because my parents were friends with Jeffrey Holder and Carmen de Lavalade.
Wow.
And they took me to see The Wiz, the original production, on Broadway. And I got bit by the bug. I got bit hard. And from that point forward, everything resonated with music within me. And I feel like I tried to share that with my kids. I sang around the house all the time. And even when the kids were a little bit older, Bryan gave me the ability to go back and do some community theater and get on the stage again. And the kids came to rehearsals, and next thing you know, I've got little artists that I'm nurturing and growing and trying to give them opportunities I didn't have. And to follow that passion and embrace it. And And that's kind of what led us here.
You know what? While your wife was talking, man, I was noticing. But more, I felt from you something that was like it was a connection there. To hear your wife mention about artistry of her own right, and then how the artistry connected with your children, or inevitably was in the DNA of your children, for lack of a better term I can use. What was going through your mind at that moment just then?
That's why I love her, right? And, you know, she even got me to get back up on stage and perform too. I wouldn't have done it, you know, if it wasn't for her. And it was glue, right, to bring the family together, and legacy, because it is something that will transcend, you know, our stages of life, right, and into the future, and continue on with the kids. So that building that legacy and doing that all together, and it being, you know, really fueled by her passion, and to see that instilled in our children and to have that revived in myself is special. Something you just can't describe. So to hear her talk about that is amazing. Part of the, you know, one of the big things and why I fell in love with her was because she brought that, always had that music. I mean, she sang to me at our wedding, got the band to play a song, sat there. I mean, just little things like that. Oh, when she says they're singing around the house, we're not going to talk about it. I mean, it's a conversation. Every conversation has some, you know, aspect of song that gets brought back into it. She got all the lyrics. I can't remember the lyrics. She can remember the lyrics. I remember the tunes. The music stays in my head. The beat stays in my head. She's got the words.
You know what, Bryan, Joni? I think that is what we feel when we walk in this door. What you all just explained individually and then collectively of who you are as individuals, and then who you are as togetherness, and what you build, that's what Broadsides is given to me. That's what Broadsides, I believe, gives to every artist who you open your door to on a music night. An artist who can walk in here, they feel you all. Energy's real. I do believe that. I'm not Svengali. I'm not going ethereal, but I do believe that real is real. And what you guys have together, you're building it together. You're giving it together. You're providing to artists together. That's what we feel when we walk in here, and you love each other. Which you both just said. So we're feeling the love. We're feeling the artistry. We're feeling the openness. What made you, because you mentioned New York. Are you from New York as well?
From New York.
So from New York to North Carolina, there's so much I love about North Carolina, especially the artistry here in North Carolina. But why North Carolina for your dream?
There are a lot of things that went into North Carolina. I think part of the why North Carolina for the dream was to give us room, right? Life was pretty consuming in New York for you know, my work, my day-to-day time with the kids. It gave us room to be more of who we were, gave us opportunity to give them to grow and fuel, and give them the support that we thought that they needed and deserved. And then for us, it gave us the opportunity to do this, right? And look, you never know where your life's going to pathway is going to go. You do certain things for certain reasons. You do it because of a feeling, and you follow that gut. You know, some of us may have had the feeling before others. Yeah. No, it comes down. Gotcha. It comes down to you know, what felt right. Kind of going with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You.
Yeah. Same thing. You know, Bryan and I met bartending at a restaurant in New York, and for years, we should open a place. Someday we should open a place.
Right.
I had been doing event production. We got the kids in these fantastic magnet schools.
Wow.
And, things were going good. I was getting a little burnt out of, pouring my creativity into somebody else's vision. And finally we got to the point where the youngest was close to, finishing high school. And we said, how about we open the place that we want to spend time?
Right.
And we got our LLC the day before the world shut down.
Come on.
And spent the next 2 years finalizing the business plan. And
You can come up with a lot of good ideas in 2 years.
Yeah,
when
you
you're
can.
just sitting at
Let me
home
tell you.
listening, you know?
Quarantine has its ups and downs,
That's right.
more ideas that can fit into one
Yeah,
space.
yeah,
But we're making it happen.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You're making it happen in more ways than one. When you have an artist, right? And let's talk about, I want to continue what Broadside gives to people, the feeding that you give. Away from the artist, the person who walks down the street, because I've seen it so many times. Sometimes I'll stand over there, and then it's really in preparation for this moment, and I'm just watching people come in. Walk by. Looks like some people are have been here before. The regulars and other people who are just coming maybe for the first time, or families I've seen a couple of times. Hey, you got this the place I was telling you about. You got to come on over here. Da 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 da. When you're walking around and you're seeing your let's say customers. Do we say that or we say family members? Whatever.
Yes,
your customers,
family
your family
members, yeah,
that come
yeah.
in. If they feel like family members when I'm watching your people in here. What is it that goes through your mind when you see the reaction of the people who come in post your dream?
Oh man, it's surreal.
Yeah.
It's emotional. I remember one specific time. Early on, we had only been open a couple months, and a couple came in, and it was a Friday night. 7:30, and they told us about their son, who was a sophomore at the time, I believe, in the local high school, Wake Forest High School, and said he played piano. He was shy, but they wanted to see if we would be willing to have him play here.
Wow.
And we said, yeah, sure. He has some of his originals. We said, sure. Well, that's what we're about. Told them all what we're about.
There you go.
And there he says, well, he's down the block. Can he come in now?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, well, sure, come on in. So he came up, sat down at the piano, had some music, but sat down at the piano. His mom sat down next to him, and they were both kind of playing a little bit, a chord here, a little bit of a part of a song here. And I said, I didn't know if he was going to get started. And it took about 10 or 15 minutes, but he felt comfortable, and he started playing a lullaby. It was his own song. And just started playing the serenade lullaby. And his parents, who were watching him, they got up and they started dancing. So for me, watching that happen, it was the first, somebody's dancing, right? And their son's playing. And we're watching like the hush that came across the bar as they watched that happen and watch him play. I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, all the doubts, the stress, the world this is what it's about right here. This is what it's for. This is what it's about. They said, this is the first time he's ever played in front of people. He doesn't do this. He's very shy and introverted, and this is the first time he's did it. So to make that memory, that core memory, it's a core memory for me.
Yes.
Right? But it made an impression. As I watched people around, people became enveloped in it. And I've seen that more than once. And I watch that as people play. They come back, they're looking for people. They have a feeling. They come back because it's a feeling.
Yes.
And I can see it. I can see it on their face. I can see it in their body language. And that's when I step back and holy cow, right? That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh,
The
powerful.
inspiration is contagious. I mean, Julie is probably not the best example,
I got you.
but the first time she got up and sang in here, afterwards I went over and I hugged her and I thanked her. She said, well, everyone here is so good. I finally got up the nerve to get up and sing.
Yeah.
And I said, ma'am. But the point is, it becomes contagious. Seeing people you may not know
Yeah.
come out of the crowd and get up and sing a song. And whether they're a Julie or not, seeing that passion and the guts it takes for someone who this is not their daily life. Watching that happen becomes contagious. And other people who would never dream of getting up on a stage or in front of a microphone find themselves in front of the mic. And there are a lot of performers out there.
Come on.
And they
That's
get
right.
the whole crowd.
That's right.
Come
That's
on,
right.
join
That's
us. And
You'll get different customers. This has happened too.
Yeah.
Customers will say, hey, come on, get up and play.
See there?
We know you can play. Get up
Yeah,
and
yeah,
play.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
I never played in front. Get up and play. We had it.
Yeah.
Get up, play piano, sing a song like they've been playing in front of people forever.
there?
And then another, come walking by. Hey, what is that place? Oh, is that a piano? Can I play? I said, sure. Come on in and play. So we get customers that turn into artists, or they find that
There
artistry,
you
or they
go.
get the confidence.
There you
Because
go.
one of the biggest things I think for us was, if the customers feel welcome and they feel comfortable, and they do play, so we want to encourage them. We want them comfortable enough. There's so many places that it's unapproachable, right?
Say that again.
It's
That's
unapproachable. And for our children who are artists, we had a couple of opportunities to have them be able to perform in a safe, comfortable place. And so we wanted people to express that. So we do it, and to see them convert into a performer. That one gentleman who said, hey, friends were like, hey, go up there.
Yeah.
Came back every week with friends,
Look
different
at
friends for a good time, right?
Yes.
And
we've got one young man, is he a freshman in high school? Harry.
freshman.
He started, his parents came in, saw the jazz jam, saw that we have young people playing jazz.
Okay.
I mean, you'd think you were at a club in New York.
Come on.
And he's a drummer, and would it be all right for him to sit in? Yeah, it's a jam.
Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
join us. He is back every week. And his musicianship, we've been able to watch it
Look at
grow week over week. And it's unbelievable. And his parents thank us on a regular basis.
There was a gentleman that took a picture of Ronnie Thomas, who plays with us, and he's sitting at the piano. He took this picture, and he went and he had someone he knows, I forget the relationship now, watercolor
Wow.
a version of that. Made 3 of them. One he kept for himself, one he gave to Ronnie, and one he gave to us to put on the wall.
Yeah.
Look
Now,
at that.
he said, this picture, I felt something. This is just it was just perfect. So, I mean, that was just that was a
go.
customer. He comes in, he's a regular customer comes in. But for someone to just do that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
that is something.
See, there we go back to that feeling again. That's something you can't touch. You can't take a picture of it. But you could feel it. And then you all just sharing what you shared now about how your dream is passed on, because you mentioned the word contagious. Your dream it's contagious to sending the dream on to people who walk in for the first time for what they take away from Broadsides. And your welcoming of artistry reaches beyond just music. What else? What type of artistry have you welcomed here so far?
Gosh.
Other than music.
I mean, all kinds of visual art. There's
There you go.
photography hanging on the wall
on.
right now, from one of our vendors, actually.
Okay.
He says, I'm a photographer too.
Yeah.
Love to see your work.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now we've got it hanging on the walls. We worked with a group called the Joel Fund. It is an organization for veterans and their families.
Fantastic.
And they offer arts lessons and everything from sculpting to welding to painting to poetry to songwriting, you name it, at a very reduced price for veterans and their families. And we did a whole showcase of their artwork, including poetry reading.
Come on.
We have a visual artist who comes. She does live painting. We'll paint a painting in an hour. In 3 hours while somebody else plays music.
Right.
It's unbelievable. We've had dancers in here. Our dear friend Diana composed a piece and performed a piece of it in here. We had tap dancers show up during one of our jazz jams, and they tap danced during the jazz performance.
My goodness.
Yeah. Our staff.
Our staff.
Really? Tell
Our
me
staff.
about that.
Oh man, everything from tremendous voices to artistry and photography. It's
Fun story. One of our staff members, her name is Sam. She started as a bar back. She very quickly became one of the most beloved staff members, and we taught her to bartend. So now she's bartending, but she has a background in musical theater. And she got up to sing one day, and there were two women sitting in the audience, and she finished singing, and the one woman came up to the bar and said, I'm the associate choreographer for & Juliet on Broadway, and I'm here for a dance competition. Can you send me your photo and resume?
Wow.
So here we are in Wake Forest, North Carolina.
There you go.
We got a Broadway choreographer in the house. Sam gets up and sings.
Yeah.
And now she has an opportunity to chase her Broadway dreams.
Come on. Come on.
From working a shift at Broadsides.
Yeah. So how long did it take for that to sink in, that part? Did it hit you like, oh, what did that do?
It's like unexpected.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're like, oh my gosh, it's all of the opportunity that comes out is I hope to fast forward and turn around and look back and go, oh, I remember. Even our jazz night on the Wednesdays, we have a book. And we have all the artists come in and say, hey, this is who I am. This is when I showed up. This is what I play. Just give me a little comment, a little word. And, people look through the book. Oh, I know so-and-so, or I know so-and-so.
Yeah.
And you never know. 20 years from now, 15 years, people look back in that book and they say, hey, these are the leading folks now.
That's right.
And they remember when. We hopefully they say they can come back and say, "Hey, I remember when I played at Broadsides."
Yeah,
that's part of it. But our staff, if Sam is one of those folks, or anyone that's
we have
that's fantastic.
a handful of the jazz musicians. Went to school with our son Austin, and they were all winners in their instrument. At nationals.
Come on.
In high school. So we have the best bari sax player, the best trombone player, the best bass player in the country for their age group, all in here jamming together.
Look at that. Well, tell us about that. How do you split your shows per week? What is do you have a Monday night, a Tuesday? What happens for that weekly experience of Broadside?
Well, I think we were looking for a jazz night, and Wednesdays kind of came into the radar. Said, can we do this? And I think if you make it and build it and play it, they will come.
There you go.
You know, it has to build,
Right.
it has to build momentum.
Yeah.
Right? So
We're on the
Wednesdays,
Triangle Jazz calendar.
Yeah.
Go
every
ahead.
Wednesday.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
so we there's, I think that's part of it. We're still figuring it out too, right? We're bringing in artists that you won't necessarily see around here or haven't been discovered yet. That it doesn't have a night because it just kind of comes in. Hey, I'm free. Can I
There
come in?
you
So
go.
it's some of it's random, some of it's on purpose.
Yes, yes.
When the opportunity knocks,
There you go.
you
There
don't
you go.
you take advantage, right?
See, that's the additional beauty. Speaking again as an artist, such as yourselves, there are places that this is where I go work. That's cool. I got bills every 30 days. This is where I go work. This is my gig, blah, 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 blah. But then you have Broadsides. This is where my artistry grows. This is where I commune with other artists. This is where my soul attaches. This is where I can randomly say, oh, wow, yeah, this feels great. Yeah, I can take my shoes off as an artist. I can say, not literally, but I can.
I mean,
can
it
rest.
has
It has happened. It's not just a work gig. It's a place you come in and commune. Your dream has come true.
Yes. Yes.
And we hope it's contagious.
Yes.
Right?
There you go. Yeah.
This is an amazing dream for us and here, and we love it. If others lean in and we have more of a community in downtown. I mean, I love when I stand outside on a night. I'll step outside on the street,
Right.
and I'll just listen.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, that's coming out of that spot.
There you go.
And others will, hey, what's going on down there? And then, other artists and other venues say, hey, you know what, we should do something, little music coming.
That's right.
You step out, you hear music coming from down the block,
Yeah.
and their doors open, and they're on the rooftop, and you're in here. I'm like, all right, we got something rolling here.
There you go,
right?
man. That's right.
more.
And clearly, we've been inspiring to other businesses. One of the bars up the street, Unwind, just started doing an open mic night.
All right. All right.
They never had that before.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we would love to see the arts flourish in Wake Forest.
Come on.
All of the arts.
So it's not a competition thing with
No.
Bryan and Joni.
No.
Gotcha.
No.
What is it?
Community.
Community.
Family, like you said.
Yeah, it's a language that is its own, right?
Yeah.
It's universal.
Universal,
The arts are a universal language.
There's when somebody hears music, and whatever genre they listen to, they have a feeling.
Yeah.
That feeling is universal and the same for everybody. Has a feeling. We can be different in every other way.
Yeah.
We can different in so many ways, but that feeling that you get, that gut,
That's right.
maybe tear in your eye,
Yes.
or memory,
Goosebumps.
or even that memory that I could go back to. Oh, I remember when I was here. That song makes me feel like this. I remember this. We all share that,
Yes.
and we all seek it out, and in different ways, whether it be in the car, or in Broadsides, or walking down the street and hearing it from a rooftop. It's all there. So that's awesome. You can't. We don't own that, right?
on,
We don't
man.
own that. That just is. It is.
Got you, man. You
Right?
don't own that, but you create the atmosphere for that,
Right.
And
Yeah.
Broadsides is it's where it's at, because I could go on about Broadsides because I have gone on about Broadsides I only speak one other language, but I've gone on about Broadsides in Portuguese, but I've also talked with others about my personal thing, even before we together, Rick and ourselves put the active idea to do it. I said, hey, have you guys ever been to Broadsides in Wake Forest? Some knew, some didn't. I said, you got to go. You go. You just check it out. Call me when you see. They've come, they've experienced the same thing. So that contagious feeling is, who am I going to sound like? Well, I'm going to just say it. That contagious feeling is what the world needs.
Yeah.
And you're doing it in Wake Forest, North Carolina.
Yeah.
What is it about Wake Forest that feeds you or feeds the dream? Why? What is it about here specifically?
I don't know. We felt a need, maybe, right? We felt it was deserving.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I don't know. We love history. We love what the town of Wake Forest is doing to revitalize the history and not dismiss parts of our history, which is very important. So this felt like the right energy.
Yeah, that's right. Right energy, right time, right energy.
Yeah.
And then my pop, I was daddy's girl. And my pop built train layouts in people's homes and was a model builder. And when we came to look at this building, there was a train set in the basement.
Okay.
And I said, all right, Pop, if you say this is it, this is it.
Look at that.
Yeah, ain't that something?
Wow. Yeah. You remember that day?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. How did it hit you?
I think I saw it first and I went, oh. I said, hey. If there was any question, we're doing this thing.
There you go, man.
And she just immediately saw it and went, oh my gosh, here we are. Man. I mean, between the train going by, right? You know, you can hear the horn train going by.
Yeah.
Just, I think you said it right. I think energy, right? And sometimes there's places you're kind of like, I don't know. It's not giving me the feeling. You just go with your gut, right?
Yeah.
And when we're here and we walked the streets and we've lived here, we've lived here for 10 years. We sought it out. We found ourselves going elsewhere.
Okay.
And we felt it was deserving to be here and share with the people we know and our friends and what we saw here. So that's a lot of it.
Bryan and Joni, as one of the artists we thank you for allowing us as the artistic community here in North Carolina to share your dream, to be the byproducts of a dream collective. And it gives us the opportunity as artists to continue to create in a safe space, to continue to come and enjoy other artists, get to know another artist who we may never have known before, both artistically or personally. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for choosing this place, as you said, in this time, for this reason. We never know. When we wake up in the morning, we don't know what that day is going to bring, but we do know that the morning y'all wake up or the evening you went to bed with that dream and then walked into this shell and began to create your dream, a mission had begun. The Indie Fam series is all about the mission. It's not a moment. It's a mission. Yeah. And that's what we feel from you guys. Much respect to what you're doing. Once again, thank you for what you're doing. And us as artists, hey, my camera, I don't know which one, but this is home, y'all. North Carolina Triangle area and those around the world. When you visit this area, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Bryan, Joni, thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all. We appreciate you.